Walk through almost any airport, school, office building, hospital, or hotel in America, and you'll probably find a vending machine. They're so common that most people don't give them a second thought. But how did a metal box selling snacks and drinks become a permanent part of American life? The answer isn't just convenience. It's a story of industrialization, consumer culture, and businesses constantly looking for new ways to sell products around the clock. Vending machines became widespread in America because they solved a simple but powerful problem: how to sell goods anytime, anywhere, without needing a cashier. As cities expanded, workplaces grew larger, and Americans adopted increasingly busy schedules throughout the 20th century, demand for quick and convenient purchases skyrocketed.
At the same time, advances in coin-operated technology made automated sales more reliable and profitable. By placing vending machines in high-traffic locations, such as factories, train stations, schools, and office buildings, companies could reach customers 24 hours a day while keeping operating costs low. Over time, vending machines evolved from a novelty into a fixture of everyday American life, reflecting the country's growing emphasis on speed, convenience, and consumer accessibility. To truly understand how this industry exploded, we have to look at the 1920s and 30s. Before the mid-century boom, vending machines were mostly seen as curiosities, gimmicks found on boardwalks or train platforms selling gum or postcards. But then, Coca-Cola saw an opportunity that the rest of the market was missing. They realized that the biggest barrier to a sale wasn't the price. It was the availability of a cold drink during a hot, tiring day. In the 1930s and 40s, Coke didn't just put their product in machines. They mastered the machine. They introduced coin-operated dispensers that became icons of American design. Suddenly, the machine wasn't just a toy. It was a tireless 24-hour salesman. It didn't take lunch breaks, it didn't ask for a salary, and most importantly, it never complained about working the night shift. By blanketing factories, gas stations, and office lobbies with these machines, Coca-Cola achieved something genius. They outsourced their entire retail workforce to a box of metal and glass. This strategy was so effective that it caused a domino effect across corporate America. If Coke could capture customers in the middle of a factory floor, why couldn't cigarette companies, candy makers, or newspaper publishers do the same? The blueprint was set. The machine was no longer just a place to buy a snack.
It was the ultimate tool for conquering convenience. Coming out of World War II, America didn't just return to work. It became obsessed with productivity. The 1950s and 60s saw the rise of massive factory complexes, sprawling corporate campuses, and a new philosophy that treated time itself as a resource to be mined. And nothing, from management's perspective, was more wasteful than the lunch hour. Think about it. Thousands of workers clocking out, flooding parking lots, driving to diners, standing in line, eating, driving back. That was 30 to 60 minutes of lost output per employee per day. For industrial giants trying to feed the booming consumer economy, that was unacceptable. So companies did something clever. They didn't ban lunch breaks. They simply made leaving the building unnecessary. Vending machines became the centerpiece of a new workplace strategy. By lining factory floors and office basements with machines selling not just soda and candy, but coffee, hot soup, sandwiches, and even full hot meals, employers built a self-contained ecosystem. Workers could eat in 15 minutes without ever stepping outside. The lunch hour quietly became the lunch 15 minutes. But this wasn't just about convenience. It was about control. When the food is in the building, the worker stays in the building.
When the worker stays in the building, the machine stays running. The phone keeps getting answered, and the assembly line never fully stops. Vending machines became the perfect company store. Employees spent their wages right back on site, often at inflated prices,
while giving their employers the one thing they wanted most: more minutes of the day. By the 1960s, this model had reshaped American labor culture. The boundary between work and life didn't just blur, it was monetized. And the vending machine, once a simple box for spare change, had become a silent manager, keeping workers fed, caffeinated, and most importantly, present.